Days to look back at the Boston College game now.
Right.
What do you take from that?
Well, obviously there's a lot to take from it. I think the biggest thing that came out of it for me was our inability to execute simple things that we have been practicing all week at practice. That for whatever reason we didn't in the ball game, and that falls solely on my shoulders, and I've got to do a better job of recognizing when those things aren't occurring and getting them fixed sooner rather than later, because there were some glaring errors in that ball game now looking back at the film of us doing things that are really uncharacteristic. And whether that is lack of focus, lack of discipline, or whatever those issues may be, we just have to recognize them sooner and get them fixed sooner.
Talk about some of those mistakes. Miscommunication on D was one of those things that you guys really emphasized. And how does not having Hayes affect that?
Well, it's never good that you don't have your starting middle linebacker in there, especially against a team that was essentially running triple option at us, where it was, the quarterback runs with the dive option, the pitch option, with the fly motion. I mean, there was a lot of moving parts to what Boston College put at us. And we had poor eyes, and what I mean by that is we had people looking at wrong keys that inevitably got caught staring at the running back when they had the quarterback, and when he decided to pull it, there was nobody there to tackle the quarterback. So the communication was one thing, the discipline within the calls is another, and then where our eye placement is the third piece to it all. So, would it have been nice to have Hayes the whole game? Sure. But credit Boston College for a good game plan, and they took advantage of it.
What went into the lack of success running the football?
Well, I think it was a variety of things. Again, I don't want to take anything away from Boston College. They did some things to us up front that I think in the future we'll have a better plan for to attack. Secondly, for whatever reason, we had some mistakes, from an execution standpoint that we hadn't seen in the first two ball games, and we didn't see all week in practice. And some of it was, we've got a couple young players up front. The other was we had some veteran players making some mistakes as well. So I like to easily say, well, we weren't physical enough, but it's not always that you're not physical. You have to go out and execute, and we just didn't get it done.
As of today, though, that game doesn't hurt you in the Pac-12 South standings. How do you frame this for the guys going forward?
Well, I think the beauty of it is this: we're 1-0 in conference play, and we're in first place. And for us heading into this bye week, there's plenty of stuff obviously for us to work on, to improve upon, to get ready to play Oregon State at the Coliseum in a couple weeks, and to try to improve to 2-0. As I've said since day one, the goal is to win the Pac-12 South, and if you can do that, you give yourself a chance to compete for a conference championship. If you can do that, then you can put yourself in position for anything else after that. But none of those other things can occur unless you take care of business in the Pac-12 South. And up until this point, we've done that. We had a really good quality road win at Stanford. We need to piggy that with a home win against Oregon State.
Cody Kessler's been terrific. 8 touchdowns, no picks, 71% completion percentage with his passes. How would you say he's done so?
I think Cody's played very well. I thought he showed a great deal of grit and toughness. We've seen that out of him now for 3 weeks. He continued to fight Saturday night to give us a chance late in that game to come back and win it. He's got very good command of what we're doing. I think the biggest thing for me that continues to show up is his leadership. I think his teammates really respect him for not only the way he plays the game, but through his preparation. And that goes a long way. And I think, as I said earlier, I think Cody's poised for a really good season, and he's off to a great start.
What are some areas you're going to be addressing and working on during the bye week?
Well, a few things we have to work on are one, addressing the issues as far as the fundamental and the fundamental of the execution mistakes that we had. And we've already done that. That started this morning of why some of those things occurred. 2, making sure we're putting ourselves in the best position to be successful. That are the game plans that we're carrying into the game on offense and defense, one that's conducive to our personnel and allows our personnel to go out and play fast and physical and doing things the right way. And then 3, schematically, just to really assess who we are through 3 games. that all of the schemes that we're trying to implement and that we're leaning on fit who we are philosophically and fit who we are, as I said, from a roster standpoint. So plenty of stuff to work on, and we've got a great coaching staff that are already working on it extremely hard, and we've got a willing football team that wants to get better.
Rest versus preparation on the bye week, how do you balance that?
Well, I think the key for us is one, we really need to recover from the last week's game. And that started today. We'll have 3 practices, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with 3 good weight room workouts, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll give the guys a couple days off to kind of clear their mind, rest their bodies there next weekend. And then we'll come back Monday with a bonus Monday practice in preparation for Oregon State.